right, now with us, UFC President Dana White. I'm going to try not to swear, man. Unreal result tonight in the main event.
Crazy. I mean, absolute madness. The flying knee. Listen, walk-off knockouts are awesome. Make sure they're not, make sure the fight is over. I mean, I haven't seen exactly what happened, but he hit him with the knee, then walked away. Herb Dean didn't stop the fight, and then the bell rang. If he would have jumped on top of him, he could have finished the fight. He did not. He tried to walk away. And then, it's crazy. Crazy. And then Bisping wins the decision in the end. I have to watch it again. There was so much craziness going on here after the flying knee, but believe that I had it even going into the fifth round. Whoever wins the fifth round won the fight, and I thought that Anderson Silva won by the same score. Yeah, I had the same score, but the other way.
We're going to go back and take a look at the end of that third round. Obviously, that was the seminal moment in the fight. You had the best view in the house. This place was so loud, you couldn't hear any horn.
Yeah, it was, he hit some. Mike Bisping was way too concerned about his mouthpiece and started trying to stop the action. Anderson Silva pours it on. He hits him with this knee, and boom.
You've got to wonder how that affects the whole outcome of the fight. I mean, if Michael Bisping had have stayed down and Anderson Silva had carried on, that would have been the end of the fight. Right. But at the same time, given the fact that he was stopped, that he was allowed to stand up for a second, it really changed the landscape of the fight. I mean, the adrenaline dump alone that Anderson Silva must have had, jumping up onto the octagon to celebrate, in his mind, he's already got some closure.
Well, that's the thing. He was celebrating. He was up in the octagon celebrating the win, and everybody was screaming the fight isn't over. And they're trying to get everybody's guys. The commission's pulling the guys out of the. I don't know why they were allowed to come in anyway. So it was crazy. I mean, obviously we've never seen that happen before, and.
I was just saying to John Gooden on the commentary, Anderson Silva has an ability to cause confusion and chaos in the fight, but at the same time in the whole arena as well. I mean, everybody stood up for a second trying to figure out what was going on. And Anderson Silva just kind of takes over the moment, starts to celebrate immediately. But fair play to Herb Dean for cracking down and making the fight continue.
Absolutely. It started to get a little out of hand there. He got it back. You should have kept a little more control of guys going inside the octagon when the fight's not over. But it was the end of the round, so guys were coming in to do the corner work. Thank God it held together, but wow, what a weird night.
Dana, I know how much respect you have for Michael Bisping, and just watching some of your reactions, I mean, this just has to take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, Bisping is one of those guys, he walks in and he loves the fight. He brings it every single time. Anderson Silva, let's talk about that. He hasn't, he's fought once in the last 2 years. He looked very rusty in the first 2 rounds, and as the fight went on longer, he looked sharper, he looked better. Anderson actually looked really good tonight in a 5-round fight for a 40-year-old guy who's fought once in 2 years.
Yeah, I think that's an important point. The cardio was certainly there. The fan next to me at the beginning of that 5th round said there's just no way possibly that Michael Bisping can survive these final 5 minutes, and then Anderson started to gain some momentum. Sitting there at the 3-minute mark, it seemed so out of the realm of possibility that he could see that final horn and yet somehow digs deep and just finds a way.
Yeah, but that's the thing, too. Bisping has become, Bisping's never won a world title, but he's been around here for a very long time. And everybody gets excited when Bisping fights because Bisping comes to fight. Bisping never backs down from a fight. He's in your face from the minute the fight is made until the last bell rings. And it's one of the reasons so many people love to watch him fight and so many people respect him.
This is such a special audience for the UFC. London has always been so good to the promotion, and to bang out a show like this, historic night on UFC Fight Pass, and then to have a main event like that, I got to think in terms of your expectations, this over-delivered.
Yeah, no, it was let's be honest. The earlier things weren't that. Thank God for Bisping and Anderson Silva. But that fight was awesome. That was an amazing fight between 2 of the top 10 guys in the world, and obviously a very important fight for Anderson. His first fight back looked rough in the first couple rounds, but looked very good in the last 3. Actually got stronger and sharper. And the thing is with Anderson, the way that he moves, he's so hard to hit. And even a guy like Bisping, who was in shape and doesn't mind standing and trading with you, gets a little thrown off by his movements and can't really get off the way that they want to.
I want to get to Brad Pickett in a second because you had a chance to talk to him. I know after the fight he put on a show once again, but co-main event, Gegard Mousasi, Talish Latest. Mousasi, getting it from the crowd a little bit, but again, 38 wins, 30 years old, finds a way once again.
I'm a big fan of Gegard Mousasi. I'm a big fan of his, and I think that this guy could have been a big star much earlier. He comes out tonight against Latest. absolutely dominates him the whole time. And you know, he's had a couple of setbacks in his career. And if this kid gets the right momentum, I actually like Gegard a lot.
All right, Brad Pickett, 37 years old. He said if he had lost tonight, he would have retired. He gets the split decision against Francisco Rivera. I know you've been a big fan for some time, and he delivered once again tonight.
Coming in against Rivera, both guys have the same style. And obviously I expected that to be an absolute toe-to-toe war. And those guys were both studs. Great fight. Another questionable decision.
It's one of those fights that's it's a white knuckle exchange. You know, as soon as you see them start trading punches, you just expected one of them to go down. You just don't know which one it's going to be. But I mean, what a fantastic fight that was, really.
That was, and I have so much respect for Pickett. Came over tonight and said, so, you know, I just had a baby, and I'm sorry that I didn't deliver the fight that I wanted to deliver. And you know, he's such a good human being and a tough, durable, great fighter. A lot of respect for him.
Crazy night, great night. Thanks for the time. We're going to let you go choke out the DJ
Thanks
now.
for having me. Thank you.